Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today we're going to dive into a divine counterpart connection and see what are the masculines and feminines up to and what is happening in the connection space. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for both counterparts, the connection space and what's going to be coming up in the near future for the collective? Masculines on the left, feminines on the right, connection space in the middle. Okay. Wow, we get divine timing in the inverse. Actually, everything's in the inverse here. So the Wheel of Fortune in the connection space means something is destined to spin ASAP. We are getting prosperity and growth for the masculines taking a turn. We're getting more of a solo pursuit on my table. This is pointing for the feminines outside of the connection, but that spins and now becomes a focus towards the connection. So many feminines have been working on sovereignty, autonomy. This looks like it's going to spin back in. And going into the future, we've got this juggling energy, baby steps, one step at a time. It's a tandem effort coming up into the future. So yeah, it looks like things are spinning in the counterpart's favor. So I'm going to just look at this. I'm actually going to turn these cards all in the upright. And so this can be this last 3 weeks, the next 3 weeks coming in, this period of time for the collective where we are seeing something divinely orchestrated coming into light, coming into balance, coming into a new alignment. So the masculines specifically are bringing in something or having some kind of a fated blessing. The Wheel of Fortune brings sudden benefit to our lives, prosperity and growth. So masculines are going to be getting something career-wise, financially, some kind of an opportunity coming in that they have been manifesting that was in escrow, set to, like a time capsule I'm getting, set to happen now. And feminines, because of the work you've been doing to understand your intuition, to really focus on the greater good, your own life path, your own understanding and preferences, now you're going to get to take those tools, those awarenesses, and be able to put them into this connection. Two minds thinking well together, I just heard. Is there a saying that's kind of along those lines, like let's put our heads together kind of energy? It's like prosperity and growth can start taking off now, or already has started to integrate over the last little while. And now it's like there's going to be more progress, more streamlining, not so much juggling, more balance coming in for the two. So let's see what this is for the masculines. What can we see that's coming up for the masculines further here in the near future? Okay, they're going to have more ability to offer presence to this connection. This is the Page of Pentacles, which is a card of showing up, of a baby step, of a small investment, but it's a real investment. And there's going to be depth being shown. There's like an opening of some depth. So it's like the masculines are going to be able to contribute on a deeper level in small ways that they've never been able to before. And that can be because whatever this abundance is that's coming to them is going to afford them the luxury of time or resources in some way. Something is changing for the masculines that they can focus on something a little bit more deep than they have been able to so far in this connection. And that's mirrored by the feminines being able to focus on this connection in more of a intuitive way as well, or direct way. So what can we see that's coming up for the feminines? Well, it landed over on the masculines, the Lovers. So a neutrality is like there's something brewing where the feminines are being shown a big picture that they're going to be able to share in sort of that energetically round table way, like open conversation with the masculine. There's going to be more of an opportunity for bit by bit, deeper conversations about the right way forward is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see what each would say to each other about this. So let's see, what would the masculines say to the feminines right now about where they're at? We got a few on the floor. So we get, I don't want to lose you and I want to get you drunk in the reverse. So they don't want to take shortcuts. They want to be more transparent with the fact that they don't just want bits and bobs of the feminine. They want more substance with the feminine. They don't want this shady kind of approach anymore. They want substance. They want substance, and I need more balance. But they're admittedly saying that they don't have a codependency free or a crutch free way to do that. They're not quite stable, strong enough, whole enough to offer everything, but they don't want to lose you. But they want to cut the low vibrational stuff, and they want to learn how to deepen this. They do. They want to take baby steps to deepen this. They want growth here. I want to say they want to trust this. And so it's trust building. It's like real world things coming in that the masculines are doing because they don't want to lose you, feminines. So what are the feminines wanting to say to the masculines? Time to ground yourself. So yeah, they are taking a neutral approach, masculines, that they know you're going through releasing codependency, addictions, bad behaviors, ways of showing up in the past that were shoddy, shady. They're seeing you grounding your authentic self, becoming more transparent, more safe, more honest. They're seeing you being less fearful, staying power. The feminines are rooting for you, and they know, they're acknowledging that there is more staying power in you than you have had in the past. And so they want to acknowledge that. The feminines want to acknowledge that they see you making strides to ground yourself, and you're not just, for show, but authentically, without crutches, without cutting corners. They want healthy progress, as slow as it needs to be. They want it to be authentic. Your feminine knows the deepest levels of mutual desire here. Like, how do I word that in a different way? They know they only want the real thing with you, so it doesn't matter if it takes a long time or it's messy. They just want to have it realize with you. That's it. Okay, so let's see what's energetically happening. What is the energetic backstory? Why do we see the masculines finding themselves in this position? Light body expansion, illuminated presence. Your frequency has risen, masculines. And so it's allowing you, what is that? Healed people heal people, or when we know better, we do better. You're becoming more light-filled. And so addictions are being released. For some, they're quitting drinking, substances, that kind of a thing, codependency. They're balancing out. They're cleaning up their act. Masculines, you are up-leveling. Your light quotient is growing. And so the things that used to be okay are no longer called on in your energy, because you're no longer at a frequency match for those things. You've exceeded the need for that numbing. You're rising up here, and so you're being boosted. Whatever this divine intervention, this divine support is that's coming to you, it's actually helping you. You're magnetizing it because you're becoming more light-filled, more abundant minded. You're becoming more love-filled. And so this is attracting more opportunity, genuine, healthy opportunity to you. You've been doing the work, and so you are getting this opportunity to see yourself making different moves in the material realm based on this more positive, glad to be alive energy that's coming in. You're gathering more motivation to live, I just heard. Whoa. So what is the feminine? I'm also hearing for you masculines that this amount of light that you and truth and love that you are accumulating is going to be used in the world to help others. What can we see for the feminines? What is the energetic backstory? Divination, intuition, inner vision, right? You've been in isolation, solitude, up-leveling your psychic intuitive gifts, your problem solving, your discernment, your genius. And now, because it is a skill that you've honed, feminines, because it is divine, because it's not of an ulterior motive, there is going to be an opportunity for you to utilize your giftings in these connections. And because it's not self-seeking in a way that you would use it to manipulate, you're now using this awareness for manifestation and magnetism and empowerment and abundance. You're not doing it for selfish gain. You're doing it for creation. It's going to be coming as an opportunity, a divinely guided opportunity to lend these skills, these genuine, heart-centered abilities that you've been honing into the abundance and growth in this connection. Because that is what is the next developmental stage for you feminines. You can't just keep growing alone. It does require that you come into partnership, and this is not a pressure. This is a gift from the divine. This is the divine intervention, is that you will be given opportunities to exponentially utilize your heart-centered gifts in connection, because that is what the next stage of you experiencing yourself this way is. It just is what it is. That's the next developmental marker, that you get to joyfully contribute this aspect of yourself into partnership, into collaboration, into progress. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see now what this is meaning for the intimate connection. So from the masculines, what is this energy? Where are the masculines at regarding the sensual, intimate connection? 10 of Roses. This is the everything. So this is the alignment that brings progress and forward motion to the connections for the long term. This is a card of commitment and stability and legacy. Mm-mm. 10 of Roses. This is the 10 of Pentacles. Prosperity, security of house and home in nurturing relations, inheritance, lineage, influence through capital. So masculines, if you have dealings with homes, if you have real estate or assets or things like that, there is a really beneficial theme here for the feminine to assist, partner, collaborate for long-term success regarding house and home. So this is not only just the house, this is also the home that the feminine offers, with nurture, with intuition, with depth, with insight, that makes a house a home, I'm hearing. So there are real abundant financial blessings coming in here, but it is specifically about this kind of energetic inheritance into the physical. If you align with your feminines, masculines, you reap the benefit of cosmic alignment, which is an unlimited source of abundance, which also translates into abundance in the material sense. So we're getting the merging of the material and the spiritual, and that is what true alignment is. This light body expansion puts you into situations that generate abundance, masculines, instead of karmic situations that look good on paper, that drain and leak the energy. These divine connections with a intuitive, psychic, masterful feminine, there are levels of abundance you've never seen, realized, that can be realized in partnership here. These are divine gifts. The counterparts are God's gift to each other, and as a testament to their self-love and worthiness to receive that which is good for themselves, for ourselves. This is how abundance accumulates through these connections. Wow, what can we see for the feminines with the level? So the masculines, that was a card of intimacy. So when you masculines decide to give to these connections, to allow the growth to take root, allow it to start this process, this alchemical process, you go from the Six of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles very quickly. You tap into this legacy level of abundance together. We are told that this sort of thing can happen, but the way that we mash up incompatible karmic partnerships or forced business agreements doesn't allow for this energetic alignment, and so it never pans out. These connections are of the energetic origin, and so this is that wellspring that comes through into the material abundance that does crack the code. What is the feminine energy? Knight of Roses. So this is investing into the connection on sure foundation, punctual, methodical, and with great stamina. The Knight of Roses, with the Knight of Roses, things will run like clockwork. This knight likes to get down to business. A plan of action may even have been made in advance. As an objective-driven individual, they can become overly focused on reaching the climax, foregoing the wild adventure of getting there. They may need a gentle prod to tune into their emotions and inject a little more passion into their action. So the feminines are kind of all business right now. And masculines, can you blame them because you have been systematically putting the brakes on these connections over time again and again? So the feminines do need a little bit of a spark that you can initiate into this process that brings the aliveness back in. It's like you're going to seed them, pun intended, with this kind of romantic flow. So the feminines are very balanced, very neutral, but they are ripe for you to put some of this spark back into the connection, masculines. Okay, let's have an advice card for each. For the masculines, what can we see? Advice for the masculines who watch this: be generous of spirit. So it's time to be free, flowing with your love, masculines. It can do no harm at this stage of the journey. It is meant to be an exponential experience of bliss now. And so your lion hearts have been forged in the fire of the becoming, and it's time to take pride. What are the feminines? Know your worth. So there's still a little bit of knowing, trusting, believing, honoring self to self here, feminines. And knowing you are so loved by the cosmos. And it's coming. Your masculine is going to show you for the rest of your lives how loved you are. All your tears will be dried, feminines. It's coming. It can sometimes be darkest before the dawn, I just heard. So feminines, just know, you think it stinks, but this card in the inverse says it doesn't even smell that bad. Like, things are going to turn out. Don't worry about it. Your intuition has not been wrong on this, feminines. Okay, much love. Bye for now.